Out in the wilds of the Yukon, Claudia Huber and her husband Matthias Liniger were living the rugged life. They ran their outfitting business from a cozy cabin tucked away in the heart of the wilderness. They were no strangers to the great outdoors, with all its thrills and perils. But in October 2014, something happened that would leave them stunned. Hit like and subscribe. This is Fierce. Encompassing more than 480,000 square kilometers, the Yukon Territory is prime bear habitat. It draws people from far and wide to experience its wilderness and the chance of seeing wildlife in their natural environment. Claudia and Matthias had their cozy wooden cabin nestled deep within the forest, a perfect wilderness home. They knew the bare basics, living where they did. Their grub and garbage were always sealed up tight or tossed away properly. They had a trusty gun, just in case, and knew the bear drill. But one October day in 2014, things took a wild turn. Picture this. It's a calm Saturday morning, around 11 a.m. Matthias is out there doing his thing outdoors, and Claudia's chilling inside. Suddenly, their dog goes bonkers, barking like there's no tomorrow. Claudia, curious and maybe a tad concerned, decides to check it out. What she finds? A grizzly bear, but not just any grizzly. This one's on a mission, a hunt. It's not after a casual chat. It's in search of food, in search of prey. Claudia took a quick step back from the window and simply stared, her heart racing like a freight train. The massive bear reared up on its hind legs, like it was about to show off some bear gymnastics. She watched wide-eyed as it gave the glass a good sniff and a curious peek inside. The bear, though, got real cozy and pressed its noggin against the window, giving it a hefty crack. Now, that sound, it sent an electric jolt of fear racing through Claudia. She knew deep down that the glass wouldn't hold this heavyweight champ back for long. And then, just like that, it happened. The glass shattered, and before she could even blink, the bear was hauling itself through the window. Claudia, no time to waste, bolted through the back door. But guess what? The bear had no chill. It was hot on her heels, full-on predator mode activated. This was the stuff of nightmares. All right, picture this. Claudia, full-on sprint. That bear is chasing her like they're in some wild race, and her SUV becomes the finish line. Heart pounding, she finally grabs the door handle, swings it open, and dives inside. With a swift slam, she got the door locked and sealed. But guess who's right there? Yep, our grizzly buddy. It's not giving up on this snack just yet. Over on the sidelines, Matthias ain't just standing there. He jumps into another car. Inside, Claudia's freaked out, the bear still dead set on reaching her. Those massive paws thumping on the car's hood, nose pressed against the door, and just when you think it's over, bam, it's up on the roof, plotting its next move. Claws scrabbling trying to get to her. But then here comes Matthias, the cavalry with that loud car horn. That bear, it gets spooked and makes a run for the trees. Close call indeed. So Claudia's like, I've got to get to Matthias. She pops her door open and dashes for his car. Here's the twist. That bear had some ideas of its own. It doubles back and charges at her. Before you know it, Claudia's flat on the ground, bear on top of her, grabs her leg, and they're off into the woods. Now here's where things get real intense, folks. Matthias ain't just sitting there twiddling his thumbs. No, sir, he dashes out of his car, barges into the house, and doesn't waste a second. Straight to the gun, and out the door he goes. In the background, he can hear his wife, Claudia, screaming bloody murder while going toe-to-toe with that bear. Oh, she's got the fight in her, showing that grizzly who's boss. Matthias, in his panic, hollers at her, "Play dead, Claudia." But guess what? That's not the best move in a grizzly attack. No, sir. In this kind of showdown, you're better off fighting back with all you've got. Now, Matthias ain't no slouch. He raises his gun and lets it rip, gunfire echoing all around. But here's the kicker. It's like that bear's got headphones on. Bullets aren't scaring it one bit, and he keeps on chowing down on Claudia. Inside for more ammo he goes, popping off more rounds. Finally, 2 shots find their mark, and that grizzly stumbles back. croaks and becomes one with the dirt. But Claudia, well, she's in a bad way. Matthias picks her up and hits the gas, racing 50 clicks to the Teslin Health Center. But the sad truth is, by the time they arrive, Claudia's hanging by a thread. The staff there, they do their best, but an hour after the attack, she's gone. Matthias is crushed, playing that nightmare on a loop in his head. Could he have done things differently? If only he'd yelled for Claudia to fight, maybe things would have turned out different. But wait, there's more heartache in store. When Claudia first hit the medical center, she's a real mess. Claw marks, bites, scratches all over her. But here's the kicker, and this one's a gut punch. No one noticed it at first, but there's a hole in her chest. It's only when they did the post-mortem that they found it. Claudia didn't die from the bear or anything like that. Nope, she got hit by a stray bullet. Yep, Matthias accidentally shot her. An investigation kicked off. Turns out 2 shots found the bear. One hit a tree, did a ricochet dance, and nailed Claudia. Certainly, here's the slightly less casual version. The revelation was profoundly traumatic, a wound that would forever fester in Matthias's heart. However, he refrained from placing blame squarely on his own shoulders for the devastating loss of his beloved wife, Claudia. In his view, had he not acted with courage, Claudia would have had little chance of surviving that harrowing bear attack. The necropsy of the male bear, on the other hand, revealed it to be thin, but far from starving. Weighing 370 pounds, or approximately 170 kilograms, the bear was of imposing stature, but significantly underweight for its size. In poor physical condition, and at the age of 38, it likely considered Claudia an accessible source of sustenance. Matthias and Claudia had a deep understanding of the perils that come with living in the remote Yukon wilderness. Despite meticulously adhering to bear avoidance practices on their property, Claudia fell victim to a highly unusual bear attack. The Teslin community, gripped by fear in the aftermath of the uncommon incident, contemplated the need to educate children on bear avoidance in local schools. Matthias was profoundly shaken by the events and often finds solace in their shared memories. Claudia, his soulmate, is dearly missed, and facing a future without her is a somber reality. The grieving process included a gathering of Claudia's family from Switzerland and the Yukon community, commemorating her life. It's worth noting that although Matthias and Claudia had resided in Canada for several years, they had only acquired Canadian citizenship the prior year. It was a source of pride for both of them. Yukon is home to a substantial bear population, including approximately 6,000 to 7,000 grizzly bears and an additional 10,000 black bears. Prior to Claudia's tragic encounter, the Yukon Territory has seen only 2 fatal bear attacks in the preceding 2 decades, occurring in 1996 and 2006. Claudia's ordeal was a stark reminder of the unexpectedness of life's challenges and the remarkable rarity of such relentless bear attacks.